Today, we're going to be following the career of the greatest running back ever. To do that, we had to create a rookie by the name of Derrick McCaffrey for some team to draft. Now, to get the ratings, we pulled from the best players in the league at every specific attribute. There are going to be a lot of repeats, some more than others, but there is a lot of different players that we did pull from in this one to make that greatest player, starting off with Mr. Devon A-Chain. We got his speed, which is 96 speed, the fastest in the game. The strength from Derrick Henry, which is 87. The agility from Christian McCaffrey, which is 95. The acceleration, which technically is a four-way tie, but Keaton Mitchell is the fastest when you consider his speed. The awareness of 99 from Christian McCaffrey. The break tackle of 97 from Nick Chubb. 94 trucking from Derrick Henry. 93 change of direction from Christian McCaffrey. 97 ball carrier vision from Christian McCaffrey. To no one's surprise, 99 stiff arm from Derrick Henry. 89 spin move from Saquon Barkley, which I actually thought was 90. Juke move from Saquon Barkley, which is 95. 99 carrying from Joe Mixon. 83 catching from Christian McCaffrey. 83 short route running from Christian McCaffrey. 76 medium route running from Christian McCaffrey. Deep route running from Cordero Patterson and his kick returning. 99 for a kick return. 72 for deep route running, but I can't find him for some reason. Probably a free agent. 76 catching traffic by a guy named Merritt, who is not on a team apparently anymore, but Kamara. 74 second closest best. 76 spec catch from Cordero Patterson. 78 release from Alvin Kamara. For some reason they won't show it, but 96 jumping for Saquon Barkley. 68 pass blocking for Derrick Henry. 62 run block for who I can't remember, but I know it's 62, probably a free agent. 67 lead block for Mr. Ezekiel Elliott. 65 impact blocking for Vaki. 98 stamina for Henry. 96 injury for Pierce. And 98 toughness for Ezekiel Elliott. Which, of course, all of that together makes for one Derrick McCaffrey, who we're about to find out to see where they are drafted and how their career turns out. They're going to be 21 years old. I worry about their retirement in game, but what can you do? Any lower than 21 isn't really a realistic average. 21, 22, that's kind of the average for running back. So put him at 21. Follow that career and see if he can win some Super Bowls. Become the greatest ever. It's going to be pretty hard to pass Emmett's numbers, but it doesn't take much to be considered the greatest ever. And I've been trying to avoid looking at stuff like the Super Bowl every year because who honestly cares? But what is with the Colts just like making the Super Bowl a lot in sim all of a sudden? I mean, it's cool. It's a new team, but also 8-9, I don't know how that's happening. But I mean, obviously it doesn't matter. But yeah, sure. Let's go to the draft. But yeah, in case it wasn't obvious, what we're going to be doing here is going into the draft, waiting until Derrick Henry, McCaffrey, excuse me, is drafted, and we will be going to that team and following the career. We're not going to be making any depth chart changes, free agent changes, re-signings, whatever happens, happens. He plays his whole career with whatever team drafted him. Sure, if he leaves within 4 years every time, sure, whatever happens. But I am curious to see what he looks like here in his key ratings pre-draft state. Of course, 290 rank change. What a glow up. A ball carrier vision, A break tackle, A carrying, decent catching. Kind of struggled with what his weight and height should be because I think prototypical running backs 5'10", 5'11", 210, 215. But I also wanted to like capture a little bit of the Derrick Henry-ness, if you will. So 6 foot tall, 220, kind of like a smaller Peterson, if you will. I've got a smaller Peterson. Speed, apparently only good. This is how it's hard to find good running backs. Because, yeah, you got the eliteness of everything else, but 96 speed is considered good, apparently. Like that, I don't know how that's possible. It's way better than good. Take a look at the other skills. We don't have him super scouted, but yeah, that would be pretty easy to see that he's good. And of course, I only realized it says good because the speed of 96 didn't actually save, which is good that I looked at it, and of course, his speed is now elite. But yeah, I'm not sure why some of this stuff isn't saving. The agility's not saving either. I gotta check millions of different times because EA is just, they're perfect, really. I mean, it's just a great game every year. There's no flaws. Just like the ability to not adjust your order in your favorites list for scouting. That's not a problem. Yeah, didn't think that bug still existed where rating values just didn't save sometimes. But there he is. Now it's a little easier to see. Elite across the board. That speed would probably be around the 4.3-ish, 4, almost maybe sub 4.2. Yeah, be even easier to see. But yeah, still really solid looking. Kind of just looks like Barkley now. He just looks like Saquon if I were to look at him through the draft. But let's go into the draft, see who selects our man. Of course, he's a top 10 projected player, but he's a running back. You know, are the Giants going to do it again? Are they going to do it again, or is it going to be somebody else? And it will not be him. Could it be the Raiders? It is not going to be the Raiders. No, Jacobs thought maybe that was the guy. The Jaguars? Don't really need him, but maybe. Nope, Travis Hunter. The Panthers, Chuba Hubbard's looking pretty good. Do they still want a new running back? They don't. Running back for Seattle is definitely not a problem. They will not take one. Rams definitely could take one. Will not. Don't tell me we're going to have another Patriots one. Just please don't tell me that. They do not take him either. The Browns with Chubb. Probably not a guy they're going to take. Cam Ward, quarterback. We now have the Bears. They're the ones to take him. This is an interesting one now. Derrick McCaffrey is going to go to a very talented skill position room team like the Chicago Bears. This could be a team that wins some Super Bowls. Tough division. But I like the talent that they got here. I'm thinking that was an amazing move. I mean, I don't know what team would have maybe taken him next. The Cowboys, that could have been interesting too, especially for this whole greatest of all time thing. But the Bears. All right, we're headed to Chicago. All right, here we go with the Bears draft class, 99 overall. I feel like they maybe found themselves a little bit of a gem. They go with the safety Malachi Moore, Nick, pound, number sign, pound. He was number 1. And then a bunch of other players. All right, this is what the team looks like. You got yourself 80 overall X-Factor Caleb Williams, 89 overall Superstar Moore. I'm already making depth chart changes with Odunze at number 2, Keenan at 3. Offensive line looks, it's okay. Tight end looks decent. Defensively, could use some work, but this is definitely a talented offense, and I'm hoping McCaffrey can put up some numbers. All right, 9-8, the Chicago Bears are in the playoff. Oh my God, dude. Okay, this could get crazy. Maybe, just maybe, we could see the record broken. He's on par by a lot already. 2,028 yards, just about 20 touchdowns. Maybe the Bears were a great team to go to. We weren't making fun of it or anything. We actually thought it was a great team. I was just worried it was going to go back to the Patriots. Derrick McCaffrey with 2,028 yards, 7.6 yards per carry, 19 touchdowns, 0 fumbles, 60 broken tackles pretty much, 700 yards after contact with a long of 79. His receiving numbers weren't great, but 200 yards, 2 touchdowns to add on to it. Wonder if they would have put him back at kick return as well. They didn't. Odunze, it's kind of a name. Oh, they did put him at punt return. We did say that. Let's compare him to the rest of the league. Derrick Henry might be up there, although he probably regressed a bit. The very next highest guy is Najee Harris at 1,480. Highest yards per... Even with the guys that, come in for a play or two and sneak off a huge run, he was still the number 1 yards per carry guy. As far as eligible people, he was a whole 2.4 higher than the next guy. Touchdowns, he wasn't the highest, but he was number 3. Obviously, the best yards per per game guy. Broken tackles, he wasn't the number 1, actually. He was tied for 2, technically number 3, yards after contact by a mile. This is a rookie year, mind you. This is his rookie year. Let's take a look. Did he win MVP? He would have probably been up there, no? Not even on the list. That's so stupid. But Offensive Player of the Year is still a great award to win. Offensive Rookie of the Year, obviously. And then, to no one's surprise, Best Running Back. But hey, in the playoffs, year 1 with an unbelievable season, smashed a record that'll probably never happen, right? It'll never be broken. Of course, already losing in the playoffs. The rookie rushing record is to not be touched. It's just, especially in this day and age of how the game is played, that's just not happening. The Lions obviously smoking the Bears here. 6.3 yards per carry on 15 attempts in the playoffs. It might as well be like a 300-yard game, basically, in Sim. It's so tough. But yeah, great season, just didn't really work out for the team. For him, amazing. For the team, not so much. For the draft, the Bears draft a really fast cornerback, another running back for some reason, a center, a guard, and a tackle. Problem is the guard and the tackle aren't super great. But yeah, this running back pick, I don't know what we're doing here. Rodney Sharp, what do they see in him that McCaffrey's just not going to cook up on his own anyways. Back to the playoffs. So we're going to be in them, though. We barely snuck in last year and then immediately lost. Team might be good for the stats, but I don't know about the postseason success. And I'm going to eat those words immediately as Chicago goes 12-5, Detroit goes 12-5, Green Bay goes 11-6. The division's tough, yet we're tougher, and that's really what matters. Not quite that 2,000-yard season again, but 19 touchdowns, another 1,700-yard season. So really, really good stuff. I'm really curious to see what kind of like overalls he's already banked for himself. Running back still regresses so hard, it's probably not going to matter too much. But let's take a look at Caleb Williams. Same scheme and all, at least I think. I didn't change anything. 36 touchdowns, 8 picks, just under 4,000 yards. Really good season for him. And then, of course, McCaffrey takes a little bit of a hit, but considering how great of a year Caleb had, that's not bad at all. And then receiving, okay, maybe he did change schemes. 2,200 yards still, just not all of it to rushing. Did they maybe get rid of like the OC or something, get someone new? They have, no, they still got the same scheme. So, I mean, just a better season. Caleb being a better overall maybe helped everyone. Let's take a look at MVP and all that. Obviously, we wouldn't have won that with the running back, but Caleb had a chance. Offensive player of the year yet again. Probably going to be running back of the year again. Yeah, there's a chance, with pure rushing touchdown, someone could have beat him there, but yeah, they didn't. Another rushing title, best running back award, offensive player of the year, all the good stuff. He's probably on his way to being the highest legacy score, if not, the number one yards guy or touchdowns or Super Bowls. But got the Eagles and the Chiefs. Last one was actually the Ravens and the Niners. So we got ourselves a couple of matchups, redos, if you will, some rematches. But it's all irrelevant to us as the Eagles won. How far did we get, though? I'm probably going to, just to cut the videos a little bit shorter, maybe we skip all the way to Super Bowl and it's we lose in the first round again. Well, first round for us. Just to cut it over a little bit. Get straight to the Super Bowl. If we're in, and we'll go in. If not, same kind of result. Maybe, I'm not sure. But back to the draft. A really good season yet again for the running back. Almost 4,000 yards rushing in 2 seasons. Unbelievable. Pick 28, they went back to the defensive side of the ball in the first round with a safety, Kyler Good, another offensive lineman in round 2, and then a wide receiver in round 3. Don't hate it. And this time, no bye week, no playoffs. The 9th seed, McCaffrey had his best year yet, kind of countering last season's iffy season, if you will, compared to his first year. Basically 6,000 yards in 3 seasons with the same amount, 60 touchdowns. He fumbled, washed, terrible. 864 yards after contact, a 94-yard long, by the way. Of course, the receiving numbers take a little bit of a hit, but talk about a true talent. Is he on the list for MVP? He's still not. Brock Purdy's a Ram. What else do we have for Offensive Player of the Year? Not going to be McCaffrey somehow. I really need to see what these guys' seasons are like. I got to see Nakua and whatnot. I don't know what's going on. How is he number 4 after a year like that? What did Nakua and them do? This has got to be ridiculous, right? A lot of touchdowns, okay? I mean, receiving touchdowns are worth more than rushing touchdowns. There's no real doubt about that, but damn. Okay, those guys did go off, I will say. Offensive side of the ball in the first round. This time it is a tackle, so it's barely offense if you want to count it that. Newman, the DT, middle linebacker, Logan. Got themselves some pretty damn good players here in this draft. Oh, back in the playoffs, 11-6. Ooh, the worst season yet for McCaffrey. Still great, but definitely the worst by far. Yards per carry even well down under 7.0 now. Receiving, not that great receiving either. This might be the first year he doesn't clean sweep some of these awards. I guess he didn't last year either, right? Best running back still though? Not even. So this is the first year he actually doesn't win best running back either. So maybe he'll have something better to work for. Maybe he'll have that Super Bowl. Got the Cowboys, though, in round 1, which is really tough. It's going to be another round 1 loss. It is not. Now going against the Detroit Lions, who also beat them. And it will be a loss, unfortunately. Let's see how McCaffrey played in both of those games. Obviously, we have the first one being against the Cowboys, a 6-point lead against the team that actually had the best running back. Would you really argue that anymore? I don't know. I think our guy was a little bit better there. And then we move on to the divisional round where he played against the Lions. Caleb was actually pretty good. McCaffrey, not so much, but either was their run game. And just an unfortunate loss. Back to the defensive side of the ball for the first 2 rounds. They're trying to build up the team. I don't blame them. All right, playoffs. We've been consistent enough getting to them. We just haven't really been consistently winning playoff games. And we'll be back at them at 14-3. The Seahawks of all teams at 15-2. McCaffrey's numbers have dropped, though. They continue to drop. I don't think it's due to old age either. I don't know what's happening, to be honest, because he's 25 years old. I'm not really sure what old age there is here. But yeah, obviously can't go up in ratings, only down. Haven't seen him go down yet, I don't think. But yeah, also wearing number 27. I wanted him at 22. They got him at 27. What can I say? He does win Offensive Player of the Year again, though. It's been a little while since we've seen that, but he has gone back, and then he is best running back, obviously. There we go. So let's take a look. Playoffs against the Packers of all teams. Maybe get a little bit of that revenge. Or are we going to just have the usual? We're going to have the usual. Of course we will. Of course. We just can't win. I get it. Running back can't influence the game as much as, the quarterback can, which is why we're not seeing success yet when it comes to Super Bowl wins, but still would be nice. McCaffrey was great. 2 touchdowns on top of a 90-yard game with great yards per carry. Just, unfortunately, just on a team that doesn't do well in sim. They go cornerback this time, and he's a good cornerback, so is the cornerback in round 3, but that wide receiver in round 2 is horrible. Well, maybe not. 6'4" with hidden dev. I'm actually kind of curious now to see what that dev looks like. If he's Superstar Plus, maybe he's just like a super sleeper. He's still pretty good, though. Probably should have done it last season going into, the year, just to see what the team looks like and update as, oh my god, he has 18 upgrade points, but as McCaffrey has now played 5 years in the league, this is technically year 6, should have been last year where it would have been year 5, but obviously looking really, really good. But more importantly, let's take a look at the rest of the squad. Dunze is wide receiver 1, he's an 87 overall, 28 years old already, man. The age is so quickly passing by. Who's Caldwell? 82 overall, Walter Caldwell. I wanted him to be Victor Caldwell so bad. I think that name just sounded cool. The offensive line looks pretty good. Defensively, there's some names, but there's also some aging guys. Like, they definitely need a new corner, which is why they probably went Babinu. But yeah, it's not a bad looking team. 87 overall at this point. Probably in the top 10. So back to the playoffs, hopefully. And look at the season we had. 14-3 for the Bears, back on top of the NFC with the bye week. I keep calling him Christian. I want to say it. Derrick McCaffrey, 1,735 yards, 15 touchdowns. His worst touchdowns yet, I believe, but not his worst yards. So that's a positive, especially with the yards per attempt going way up, skyrocketing. Yards after contact, not really that great, though, and the receiving numbers aren't good, but could he be Offensive Player of the Year, rookie running back of the year? I don't think so, honestly. Maybe running back, probably not Offensive Player of the Year. As you can see, it is St. Brown. Where's our guy? Number 7. Damn, he might not even be best running back. He is, though. So why'd you even ask? The Seahawks, 8-9. Colts got to the Super Bowl on 8-9. And, I don't know if the Seahawks are getting to the Super Bowl, but they're getting past us. We are horrible in the playoffs. No wonder why we never see the Bears win a Super Bowl in sim. They got some pretty good skill position players early on, and they just never develop into a team that wins a Super Bowl. I can see why. You're not getting a running back like McCaffrey ever, and yet with one, not even sniffing the Super Bowl. Not even close. Unbelievable. You have the Commanders and the freaking Titans. Really? Those are the 2 teams. Man, we are selling. We're terrible. We're awful. We should feel ashamed of ourselves as the Titans win. Ooh, doubling up on wide receiver. They're sick of it. And a tight end. I can't really say that these guys are great options, but their heart's in the right place. Bless their hearts. Bless them. Back to the playoffs, 11-6. McCaffrey, he's been on the top of the running back list ever since. Of course, I don't really need to even look now because, well, he's always there. You can see the numbers right there. I don't need to go into it. Offensive Player of the Year and not best running back, but still 24,000 legacy scores. Still another half of his career to play. But as far as where he stands all time, he's already up there in the top 10 at least of the ones they're going to show, which most of these guys, I think 40, 50K is probably the highest legacy you're going to see anyways. But yeah, that's crazy. It is crazy, but not as crazy as our losing streak in the playoffs. Can we get to the Super Bowl once? That would be great. No, we can't. It's never happening. I don't even know why I'm trying. Why are we even trying to win a Super Bowl? Let's just sim the stats, move on. No one cares. It's not going to go any further than that. McCaffrey did well again, but yeah, it's not happening. Got some more stuff going on here. A wide receiver, a left end, a tight end. Hey, a tight end with some actual speed. There you go. Oh, who would have thought? He's got speed and dev. 9-8, not a great season, but in the playoffs. Oh, it's the first season. McCaffrey isn't the #1 yards guy, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. Bo Nix is the league's MVP, and things are just getting weird. Doesn't win running back of the year either for the NFC side. Things are bad. But maybe this is the year we need. You know, not the #1 in yards, a 9-8 playoff team, underrated, if you will, sleeper team. Maybe this is the year that it will. Never mind. I don't even know if I want to look at the stats of these playoff games anymore. We just know we're going to lose them every time, and it's painful. Arthur Wagner, 89 speed cornerback. The rest, though, who is this bust? Rob Vogel. Oh my god. I mean, sure, you can use him. He has all the traits, and he's got okay ratings, but damn, that is not a good pick. Looking like Frankenstein as well. We're back, as usual. Is that Mahomes on the Dolphins? All right. That's definitely something. McCaffrey, he's getting outdone by Judkins here, which is very disappointing. I really don't like that he decided that he was going to be a Cowboy, which has, like, the best rushing scheme in the game. We're going to get outdone, aren't we? By a guy that was drafted in the same year. That sucks. But maybe we win a Super Bowl. Maybe we can be better than him in that way. And there you go. You beat the Buccaneers. Feels like it's been forever since we've won a playoff game. We now have the Saints, and it's all over already. As usual. As usual, let's take a look at the game against the Buccaneers. McCaffrey was pretty good. And then we go on to the game against the the Saints. The Ravens are the team I just seen there. And yeah, I mean, it's an okay game, but yeah, only 7 carries. I don't know why you're only giving them 7 carries, but sure. And of course, the Saints win the Super Bowl in a rematch against the freaking Colts. Another corner. How many corners does this damn team need? I feel like every single season they draft a damn corner in the first round. All right, so of course McCaffrey's on the older side now. He's like 30 years old, and he's starting to use some of those upgrade points. 40 upgrade points, 23 negative. Still has some left over, I believe 11, but this is what he's looking like these days. Juke move's actually like higher than it started, I believe. Same as spin. Truck and not stiff arm, but truck is a little bit higher too. Just a little bit slower though. A little bit weaker, but yeah, I mean, things are still going really, really well for him. 99 over 30 years old, 11 upgrade points. It's going to continue to hit hard, but I mean, I think he's probably going to retire at 90 plus overall. Usually running backs, they just don't care about how good they are after 90, you know, after 35 years old. I mean, that year, it's usually just gone. It's usually they're gone, but we'll see what happens. You know, he might be an outlier because of how good he is. Back to the playoffs with a bye week. Rushing numbers. Oh, we're back, baby. We're back on top, baby. Judkins can suck it. Let's take a look. Obviously not going to win, you know, rookie player of the year, MVP wise. Didn't win offensive player of the year, but, you know, should still be running back of the year. Those damn lines. Again, Amon-Ra St. Brown, please just retire already. Like, I'm sick of it. Stop, please. He's just making me sad. He's just stealing all the awards. Got the Saints now who've took us out last year, didn't they? Or the year before, I can't remember. The Cowboys, okay, we're winning. I don't feel very confident, but we at least won. And yes, again, we're out. Woo! Please, McCaffrey, leave. Join the Cowboys if you have to. I don't care, man. I just don't want to be here anymore. This Bears team is just, it's depressing me. Now I know what Bears fans feel like. It's just depressing me. All the potential in the world, and it never happened. Yeah, those banked points he had, the over points, if you will, they're like gone. He's down to 4 of them left. His speed is taking a massive hit. Stiff arm and trucking is still pretty good. So is juke move and spin move, but pure speed, excel, and definitely losing those points over time here. So he gained 37 from his upgrades he used to get back to 99, but he lost 35 of them, which is obviously a lot. Back to the playoffs, and I mean, I will say, you know, they've at least consistently made the playoffs. McCaffrey's numbers are dropping pretty drastically here, very rapidly. Is that because of age? Maybe. Offensive player of the year goes to Sean Mayo, best running back. McCaffrey, though, he's almost at 50,000 legacy score. Where does that compare to the likes of Mahomes? I mean, he's number 2. 7,000 in this latest year. I mean, all the yearly awards you can ever ask for, just no Super Bowls. You know, it's just this team doesn't win. And I don't know if it's the team scheme that's got him where he is right now, but he needs to leave, bro. Like another round 1 exit. I would be so pissed. Like, this is literally like Adrian Peterson's career, but somehow worse, kind of, because they've had more chances and they've failed them. Whereas for Peterson, it was probably like, oh my God, we're in the playoffs. This is insane. Oh, but if you're constantly making the playoffs, constantly being let down early, it's like, what are we doing? All right, I kind of want to see the regressions. I mean, this is probably going to be his first season under a 99 overall, right? He is now, no, he's still 99 overall. Used all of his points to get back to 99. But after this, that day is over. Look at the speed drop, though. 89 speed, 84 excel. He is going to be ass in no time. That's crazy. That is so insane to lose that much speed. But I get it. He's 32 years old and he's a running back. What can you ask for? I mean, what do you want? Yeah, I mean, 2 good players, but, the rest, their depth, it is struggling. 11-6, postseason again. I mean, I got to say, though, like I said, it's great that they keep making it. Under double-digit touchdowns for McCaffrey now. Ooh, I don't know about all that now. It's kind of getting a little sad out here. I mean, number 5 for Offensive Player of the Year. Still best running back, though. Just about 50,000 legacy score. The guy is unstoppable. Once he's 34, though, that's probably where we're going to start looking at these stats. As we win the first game. Come on, please. Just one Super Bowl win for this guy. Nope, never going to happen. It's just not going to happen. It just simply won't. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. The Browns and the Buccaneers, it's cool to see all these new different teams and whatnot, but that is disappointing. I mean, how can you be this great individually, making the playoffs all the time as well, and you can't get to one Super Bowl? We've been in the playoffs, I don't even know, 9 out of 11 years. I think we've done 11 seasons. Greg Rousseau is retired. That's how far along we are, not we've are. Let's take a look at McCaffrey. Damn, 93 overall, so he drops down 6 overalls, which is, pretty big. What's the ratings? Excel sucks. Change direction, agility, taking a hit, but he's still really, really good, so that's fine. Didn't lose any speed. They're like, yeah, he's already kind of lost a lot of it. Let's take a look at some of these career stats right now. 33 years old, still has a season minimum, but I just want to, be guaranteed we're at least going to get a look here, because I don't know if he is all-time. He's all-time great, but I don't know if he's the all-time leader. He probably is, though, right? 20,000 yards, 195 touchdowns. He fumbled 1 time in his career. 1 whole time. That is unbelievable. Career is what we're looking at. I forgot how they changed this. Number 1 all-time, 195 yards or touchdowns, 20,000 yards. If he can have 2 more seasons like that, he can actually pass Jerry Rice in all-time non-quarterback yards. All-time touchdowns he's going to pass in a second, besides, once again, non-quarterbacks. Catches, he's probably got way more in attempts, probably 5 times that, 2 times, 3 times that. I think it was 2.5 times. I think it was 4,000 something. But yeah, unbelievable. What about a season? 2183, rushing touchdowns cannot be beat. It would take a lot. In a game, not going to happen. Rookie season, 228. Or 2028. Judkins has the rushing touchdowns, though. And then rookie game, we are not there either, obviously, with Peterson, taking that all time. But I do also want to take a look real quick at some awards that he has. It's only 3,200 attempts. I thought it was 4,000 attempts. Either way, let's take a look at those awards. Drafted number 9. So look at all the years, over the years. He didn't have a season under 5 yards per carry just yet. Probably will at some points. But yeah, broken tackles, his best year was actually the most recent one, which is kind of crazy to me, which is ironic because it's the lowest yards after contact he's had. Longest run, obviously, 94. Most touchdowns, 21. Best yards per carry, 8.1. What a year. Greatest rushing season of all time. And then, obviously, we do want to take a look now. I freaking backed out too far again. We want to look at his awards. I got super distracted there. He had 12 Pro Bowl appearances, which is every single season he's played. League leader in rushing yards 10 times. Offensive Player of the Year 4 times. Obviously won Rookie of the Year. Best running back 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Just under 50,000 legacy score. And he still has another year, maybe 2 if we're lucky, left in him. Ooh, no playoffs. Yikes. All the running backs as a whole are not really looking that good. Our sliders are like 120 XP, so I'm a little surprised by that. But let's take a look at all the league's running backs. Yeah, maybe a little bit higher, but I mean, the running backs, you're not going to see crazy numbers in real life anyways. A couple of guys in the high 90s, maybe bump that to 130. But yeah, just kind of a bad season for running backs. Definitely not going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year or Player of the Year with that. Geez, not even on the list anymore. That's how far down he is. Probably best running back still? No. 51,000 legacy score still, though. He's at 50K plus. Beautiful numbers. Could be his final season. Not even just regression-wise, but, he's about to be 35. This is going to be 34 now. So one more year, and then once he's 35, there's a lot of times that these running backs do straight up retire at 35. A lot of players retire at that point. That's like the cutoff for like every non-QB in this game. Well, special teamer, I guess, as well. Usually. So we'll see what happens. 34 even, maybe he retired. He gets crazy when he's like, I'm sick of it. I'm done. But let's take a look. I think he should still be around. Probably like an 86, 87 overall. Let's take a look at what we're looking at here. And he's actually at 90. He's not really regressing that badly. Speed's obviously really taking a hit, his athleticism in general. But all of his like break tackle type of moves and juke ability ratings, they're all in the 90s. So he's still great. He's still great. He's getting slower. He's getting older, but he's still really good. All right, could be the final run. And with that, still number 1 in yards. Like 95% of the time, that's what he was. Haven't cared about anyone else on the team because let's be real. Quinn Ewers, by the way, he's going to be the number 1 for sure, it seems. Well, he's actually kind of older. I was about to say for legacy, but he's actually pretty old, so I don't know if that's even true. Touchdowns lacking, though, so McCaffrey's not going to actually win like really any awards anymore because of, the lacking of scores. But here we are with the first round. Just, I guess this is a very damn good chance this is his last season. I know he's a 90-plus overall, but that's just how it works usually. I guess we'll take a look at the numbers. I've just been, it's just been so depressing to look at that I just don't want to ever. But yeah, there's that. Take a quick look at the updated yards total, real fast, if you will. I think all-time number 1 non-QB in yards. I think really close, if not, right? Like that's like right up there, if not. Where is it? Yeah, I mean, by a little over 101 yards. That's enough. If I'm him, I'm like, you know what? I'm done. That's it. Over 200 yards, over Jerry Rice's yards for receiving. It's over. I'm chilling. I'm cool with it. That's fine by me. Let's take a look, though. If he agrees, he's still here. He's not having it. He's like, I don't care if I'm 35. I'm retiring when I suck. Does being number 1 in yards mean I suck? Because if so, well, then what is everyone else? Let's take a look if he's even still on the team, though. Ooh, 85 overall. He's getting down there. What are the ratings looking like? 87 speed. Still, other than juke move at 89, basically 90s in all of the, the break tackle and, avoidance ratings. And still a Chicago Bear, mind you. To be fair, he could be gone after this right here because we obviously have to get to re-signings, but he's been a loyal fella, and the team's been loyal to him, so they've kept the train rolling. But yeah, 35 years old, he's still going strong. Also, his injury's like dead now. They're like, you're gonna die. 570-plus overalls for the Chicago Bears here, including an 86 speed tight end. 6'6", 86 speed, 86 XL. Looks pretty promising. He's even got 70 truck, 75 stiff arm. That's really good. Kind of curious to see where that ranks across the league. Usually you don't see any sort of like trucking, juke move, stiff arm type of ratings for tight ends. They're bare bones. They can catch the ball, and that's about it. Whoa, hold the hell on. I guess I'm wrong. To be fair, a lot of these guys have been upgraded, so I wonder what their actual ratings started as. But it's actually really wild. There's a lot of players with like 80-plus truck. The tight ends, this is a tight end league. I mean, their speeds aren't insane, but even then, there's still a couple of them that are in like the 87-plus range. Basically 88, everyone. There's no one at 87. Way to expose me. And 6-11 for, I keep saying for potentially the final season, but it's not really been for sure. 1,201 yards with 6 touchdowns. Ewers, how many MVPs did this guy got? He's won like every MVP. I'm actually curious. I got to find out. I've got to find out. The guy has every MVP ever. Like, how is his legacy score not maxed out? He's 36 years old. He's an X Factor. Not the best seasons across the board. Where the hell is the freaking passer rating? There it is. Pretty good passer rating, actually, to be fair. What are the MVPs looking like? So he has had 4 MVPs. I guess he's just been on a run lately. Really? Only 4? Man, I feel like he's won every MVP. I guess recency bias is about as real as anything. It is the most real thing in the world. But before we go another week, because who knows, I would honestly say at this rate, McCaffrey might actually stick around even longer. But let's just, take a quick look real quick. So yards per carry wise, hasn't went under 4 yards per carry at all in his career with that last season as well. He's at probably about 24,000 rushing yards career wise. Let's see if he's still around them. This could be it. 86 overall, but 36 years old. That running back, that's obviously up there. It's definitely no spring chicken anymore. I could go for a spring chicken right now, I don't even know what that entails, but I'd take it. I don't care. Let's take a look. Is he still around? He is. He is. All right, what is that overall looking like? Take a look. Adjust lineup. He is an 82 overall, but he's playing well enough to keep that dev. Here's what the team looks like these days, by the way. Davis, how good is he? Johnny Davis, 30-year-old superstar. This team has been one of the best elite teams in the league, mind you. It's just it hasn't been a team that's won in the postseason, really. But let's take a look at the defense now. I mean, I can't believe the running back. He's 37 years old, 36, 37. He's inevitable, I guess. Bartell looks like he's about... He was born in 1337. 1937, I guess, would be a little bit more realistic. He's looking old. But here we are, another season, and high enough overall to still be their starter. Hey, the playoffs, 9-8. McCaffrey's still in the top 3. The guy is always in the top 3. There's really no point in looking at the awards this time around, though. But here we are. Last couple of seasons, probably didn't need to, is obviously just not enough touchdowns. It's not even the yards. It's the touchdowns that have been lacking. But another chance. Even just one Super Bowl, please. Okay? The dream's still alive. One would be amazing. Oh! Championship round! Please! Are we in? Oh my god, we made the Super Bowl. There's no way. This could actually happen. We gotta see. We've got to go in. We have no choice. Against the Browns, 9-8. I don't know what it is. The 9-8, it's the dream. When you're 9-8, you have a really good chance. Somehow, some way. That would be such a perfect ending to his career to win a Super Bowl. Let's see it. Come on, Chicago. Do something right for once. 14-3 is not a great start. 14-6 is not much better. 21-6, and it's not looking great. Damn, Chicago just got smoked on. This is pathetic. 35-14 is going to be the end. I don't want to see the Browns win a Super Bowl. Let's see Caleb, who was not great. Becht was amazing, though. McCaffrey, I mean, for the playoffs, it's amazing. 6 broken tackles, 4.8 yards per carry on 78 yards is really good. Just been let down his entire career by the guys around him. Not going to, I mean, if that isn't going to happen, he at least made a Super Bowl. That's great, I suppose. But, yeah, if it's not going to happen then, it's literally never going to happen. But, just in case, once again, we're going to take a look at the updated stats for the guy. Caleb should also retire. 500 touchdowns on the nose. It's perfect. 25,000 yards, 226 touchdowns, fumbled 3 times in his career now. Just a little under 5,000 yards after contact. Almost 1,000 broken tackles. Just under 6 yards per carry in his career. The greatest running back by a lot to ever do it. And he doesn't have a single Super Bowl win. That's painful. But he's a running back, so usually not going to get too much flack for that. It's almost always the QBs, right? Like, it's those guys are going to get all of the glory and all of the what is the word, like crap talk? I don't know. But let's take a look. Is he still here? He's still here. I don't know what overall he is. I don't know if he's a starter, but he is still here. What's that dev do? It wasn't the best season ever. What is he looking like? Okay, yeah. Bad has happened. He is dropped now down to a normal dev. They sent him from X Factor all the way to normal. Did he lose more speed? What's his speed rating? 87 speed. His juke ability ratings are still amazing, though. He's still good. Is he good enough to be re-signed? Is he good enough to start still? I don't know. But to me, I think probably. Looks good to me. Oh, they've got the plan set up. Rick Hart, 75 overall running back, is potentially going to be the starter maybe even this season. With Hidden Dev, does he have the starter day one? Yeah. I mean, day one starter, similarly rated players, though. McCaffrey's like 79, 80. That's pretty high. Will it be enough? Let's find out. I mean, he's still the highest overall. He's still above. I mean, even above freaking Simpson here. I mean, he should be higher than that in fairness. Yeah, we'll see what happens. They have like 5 guys to release, though, so maybe that changes in a little bit. But on to, I mean, you would assume the final season, but at this rate, I still don't know. I keep saying it, and the guy's like nearing 40 at running back. No playoffs, and the first season where McCaffrey is not on the top 3 list for running backs. I will say, though, he was very close. Probably not going to win best running back either, but he was very close. Got to give him that. And, yeah, that might be the end of an era. That very well could be. 26,000 yards, 235 touchdowns, just under 6 yards per attempt. Almost to 1,000 career broken tackles. What about that legacy leaders board real quick? 52,100. That's higher than a 4 Super Bowl winning Patrick Mahomes, mind you. That's pretty good stuff. That's pretty good. Burrow out of nowhere with a 10,000 legacy score season, by the way. That's kind of wild. But let's see. Was McCaffrey done? The offensive coordinator, Dan Quinn, retires, and so does Caleb Williams, but McCaffrey's still here. The problem is his regression point's going to be so bad, I don't think anybody's going to want him. Yeah, I mean, he's terrible. He's a 63 overall. I mean, do I just call him retired? There's no way he's going to make a roster. That is an insane glow down. I don't even know what that means. Drop off, I guess, would make more sense. Like, I actually don't even know if we're going to be able to see the tag of him, like, literally retiring. Because he's so low of an overall, no one's going to want him. He's just going to retire into the abyss for no team. Yeah, I mean, he's in here 17 years, so technically this is his 18th season. He's a free agent, though. Like, there's nothing we could do here for him. Like, he's just gone. I guess we'll sim to see if it actually shows the tagline of him retiring, but I can't believe he's still here. Like, that's wild. And the thing about McCaffrey, like we said, is we don't actually see him officially retire, I don't believe, unless he was at the top. Which is unfortunate, because he had such a great career, and they're just like, who cares? We'll go into the next season, but I genuinely just don't think we're going to see it. I don't think he's going to be on a team. I don't think he's going to be on free agency. So he's not in free agency. And if he's not in free agency, there's a pretty damn good shot that he is not going to be on an NFL team. But we got to take a look, and unfortunately, he's not. So a little bit of a weird ending there, as we obviously didn't get to see the official tagline of him retiring. I don't know if I want to consider that a 17-year or an 18-year career. Didn't technically play that 18th season since he wasn't on a team. So 17 seasons, which is a crazy amount of years in the NFL in general, but for a running back, even more so. And that was pretty much it for this one. No Super Bowl wins. Got to the Super Bowl right at the end of his career, which is cool, I suppose. But did finish with the most rushing yards all time, the most rushing touchdowns all time, and I would assume smashed the yards per carry for anyone over like 2,000 rushing attempts by a lot as well. Technically, arguably retiring the greatest of all time. If you guys want to see other positions, maybe wide receiver, something on defense, something of that nature, let me know in the comment section below. I personally don't know if I would see another reason to do higher than wide receiver or another position after wide receiver. Feels kind of pointless. Most tight ends in the game, there's not going to be like a 95 speed guy to pull from with 99 trucking and, 99, spin move, stuff like that. They're all going to be kind of based the same. No one with crazy outlier stats, like Lamar Jackson at QB with all that speed, and Josh Allen with all that throw power, running back here with all the trucking, juke move, and speed. We'll see. Maybe wide receiver. Anything else, I don't personally see it. Regardless, thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed, maybe leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I do appreciate continued support on the channel a ton. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video, which might be a Black Ops campaign video on the second channel, along with tomorrow multiple main channel videos. See ya. And as usual, shout out to all the members of the channel. Appreciate you guys a ton. And if anyone watching isn't a member and you're thinking about becoming one, maybe click the join option. All the details will be in there. It's next to the subscribe button. Regardless, appreciate you all watching. And see ya.